Hey guys, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Took a snapshot for some reason. My live feed to the game capture black screened, not black screen, but like it wasn't just automatically up like it usually is. So that's fun. Let's see. It's only been a couple of days since I've streamed, and now my brain is dead. I think it's because I got very, very bad sleep last night. So if I'm yawning or my brain's just not all there today, that's probably why. But let's get started. Um, as always, I have a spiel. Um, if you'd like to support this channel on Twitch for free, you can give me a follow. And on YouTube, you can give me a subscribe, and that helps elevate those channels on those platforms. If you'd like to help me out financially, there is a outright Streamlabs donation link down below, or you can become a patron over on Patreon. Patrons get exclusive access to a once per month post/video combo, so check that out if you're interested in becoming a patron. And I do have an unusual stream schedule. This week it's a little bit unusual because I had, the remnants of a hurricane coming through my state, and so that kind of delayed me for a couple of days, but I normally have an unusual stream schedule anyway, so if you want to get a heads up on when I'll be streaming, it's best to follow me on Twitter at OldMaidGames. I tend to post about 3 to 4 hours before I'll be going live, so follow me on there if you're interested. Now, when we last left off, we had prepped for Astarion's companion mission. We're going to investigate the Szarr Palace. One second. So, Astarion, let's see, it says the group of our powers spawned attacks during the night. So that's part of the Pale Elf companion quest. And then we also have this, just under Baldur's Gate, we have the investigate Cazador's Palace. So we are going to be doing that today. Now, it is kind of a long thing. There are a couple of fights in here, so I do recommend you come in here after you've done a long rest and you are prepped. And given that we're dealing with vampires, it's best to have this on Shadowheart, this Lathander, because it has radiant just energy around her, and that will come in handy later. That's to sell. That's to sell. Okay. Just checking what we got done. I think I've already gotten everybody elixired up, have I? Yes, he has Battle Mage's power, he has Viciousness, she has Necrotic Resistance, which I think will come up, and Bloodlust. So I got everybody elixired up. Astarion's happy, and then I also did a lesser restoration to get rid of the Bloodless debuff. And so I think we are good to go.
Here goes nothing.
Okay, it's so dark because it's loaded. There we go. Now, these people will not attack you at the start of your exploration of the place. Probably because Cazador actually wants Astarion to be here, because he needs him for the ritual. And they also don't seem to mind us ripping paintings off the
Don't
wall.
mind if I do.
So we'll be doing that. Can I reach this? I cannot reach that. Okay. And for some reason in this place, it wants to double notify me that I can't reach something. So if I click this just the once, oh, I can reach that apparently. Oh no, it won't do it. Okay, so if I try this, yeah, so you can't reach this out of reach. going to just inspect this door.
The door is covered in intricate text, but you can't see anywhere a key might fit. Only a small round hollow engraved with a family crest.
Let's try history. I have proficiency in that, so why not? 25 to roll. Crit failed it.
The writing means nothing to you. You can't even recognize the script.
There's writing like this all over the palace. Some old, probably dead language of Cazador's. We were strictly forbidden from learning it.
It actually kind of looks similar to the... Well, I don't know. I was like, it kind of looks similar to the Infernal, but I think the Infernal has more like bigger kind of structure. Because this actually kind of looks like words, whereas some of the Infernal just looks like lines and dots. Alright, let's try investigation. That's a little bit easier of a roll to do.
The indentation seems to be the right size and shape to fit a signet ring bearing the family crest.
Okay, so we need a ring, at least, to be able to get past that door. That is the way forward, by the way. But we have to do some... So, see it double, okay, here is the Chamberlain's suite. Now see, it says we're trespassing, but for some reason none of this stuff is considered stealing, or like, they don't. Okay, so that's locked. I can't remember if we get a key from somewhere, but I will try the Chamberlain's office. And that looks like a door. It's actually, I think, an illusionary door. It is. And there's an illusionary door, I think, to get into the bedchambers. Okay, so this is
Whatever killed this werewolf burned it up from the inside. Its throat and innards are more liquid than solid.
okay, so this person's Luriana Savage. And there's an empty potion bottle next to her. I think we figure out what happened to her after reading a few notes and stuff. In a minute.
At the ready.
Oh, nope.
I have a lot on my mind.
Nope. Don't talk to anybody. Oh, God.
That little hide, but remember it or not, I felt right at... Well, can you imagine what it would have been like growing up in that place? Endless training, no privacy, facing scorn wherever I looked. I can very easily imagine I needed somewhere to escape to, if I was to survive.
I didn't mean to talk to you.
Nocturne and I must have come here a lot. We probably had plenty we wanted to hide from.
You didn't come to the Cazador's palace.
Anyway,
That doesn't fit.
I think that little hideaway helped shape who I am, as much as any sermon or training did. Funny the things that influence you.
Okay, can we leave this conversation, please? Thank you. Okay, now. This looks like... Can I just... Okay, so no, I cannot travel through that. Never mind. Is there anything else I can do in this room? No, okay, so... Let's read this. Oh, let's actually send a bunch of these paintings to Karlak. Read this note that was on the she's writing to DeFay, and apparently he went into the afterlife without her, despite promising that they would go together. She said, I found your body in the empty potion bottle. I know you took the potion. Is it poison or something else? Here's more. 2 more identical bottles. I'm going to drink one of them, then I'll join you. Okay, so she killed herself because she found his dead body, even though they promised to, go into the afterlife together. Some wine. Don't know, given that poison's about, I don't know how much of this liquor I should be taking, but sure, why not? Okay. So let's take off this. And no, put some. Let's actually let him keep his tasteful boots. Actually look pretty good on him. So also those 2. Shadow Heart. Okay. Splendid outfit. Okay, and this armor, which I'm not going to use. Okay, so let's see what this patterning looks like. Let's look at it. This I do not like it in green. I do not mind the outfit overall. So, what about you? Would so combine. We need to get more dye for her. Combine it with this. Combine. What does it look like? No, it's too gray. Okay, so that back. And you do not suit a fancy outfit, Karlach. I'm sorry, you just don't. Alright, so that goes to Shadowheart. Okay. Alright, what's this book? No, they're talking about the Flaming Fist. Okay. So that's not important. To this little plot that we've started to cover. Okay, so I think that's the mysterious elixir. I'm not going to take it. So let's pick up the... Okay. Can't read any of those books. Okay. What's this? Okay, so it sounds like somebody named Gotti might have a ring that we can get used to get through the door. Okay, but we did not find a ring, or I mean a key to get into the thing, unless that key that we picked up from that corpse will let us in. Let's try. Yep, okay, it did. Soap. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. Alright. Oh, gotta bring the game window back up. I was like, why is it not rotating? Okay. so he's a vampire spawn, but he was also the Chamberlain. Okay. Okay, he has no loot. Okay, so he's in...
Something over there.
He's in the casket. Still Shadowheart. Try any of those particular types of... Okay, so... There's a book down here. Okay, so, he knows what's going to be happening in the ritual. And he didn't want to be the stand-in for Astarion. Okay, so the potion he took is supposed to provide an illusion of death. Especially since I leave behind a look-alike potion of acid poison. And he didn't tell Luriana because he did not trust her with his chance of escape. So he was hoping when the potion wears off that Cazador would still have need of his services. Or he will be no more and the palace would be mine. So she thought that he attempted to make it look like he had killed himself because he was worried that Cazador would use him in the ritual since Astarion was nowhere around. And she found his supposedly dead body, thought he was dead, and then killed herself with the look-alike poison he had left behind. So, oh dears. So, oh dears. Okay, goes to Karlak. And since we know what's going on now, we can send that to Astarion. So that's it on this little wing of the house. Now let's go downstairs. Some more booze.
Bless us, Master. May we be worthy of you.
Reach that. Can I reach this? Nope. Okay. Can I reach these? No. These? No. Okay, well, at least start heading down the stairs. Go. Can I reach that? That. That. No. Okay, it's not let me click it. What's this door?
That door is saturated with necrotic magic. Best keep my distance.
Okay. So we'll avoid that door for now. Booze.
I'm so tired. But it'll be over soon. I can rest soon.
Behold, one of Cazador's cheapest tricks. An illusionary wall. Behind it is the kennel. A fetid little cell he'd throw us into when displeased.
Okay, so he said it's Cazador's favorite tricks is the illusionary wall. That kind of hints that there's an illusionary wall elsewhere, which we've already found. Okay.
Just keep cleaning. Don't stop cleaning.
Let's, going to open this up.
I smell a trap.
Okay, so we've seen him. So let's start off with just throwing a fireball right in his face.
There is so much to do.
So this is
So
Gotti.
much to prepare.
And I think if you like basically talk to him, he basically just kind of antagonizes Astarion and is basically just a bastard to him, so we're just gonna outright attack him.
Tonight we shall see his true form.
This'll hit. As you can see, he's undead, so the light does bother him. Let Carlight just mess him up. There we go. Right, so it's his corpse. So there's the family ring. Let's get some of this.
The engravings on the ring match the language on that strange door. I still can't read it, though.
Okay, so that hints that we need more than just the ring to get in. We need to be able to do something with the language. Go. On the key ring. I didn't even see what that ring was for. Open. What's that key I just picked up? Key to the kennel. Okay. So, don't really need that because we're already in the kennel. So as you can tell, we haven't really come across any of the
Tonight we shall see his true form.
vampire spawn, like Astarion's siblings. We have not come across them as of yet. So that hints that maybe things are
Better not be cursed.
progressing further
Just
along.
keep cleaning. Don't
Some rusty daggers for you. Okay, there's another wing of the house.
Time to press ahead.
Watch that for some reason. That is not sure. With this, no, I can't. Definitely looks like it should be within reach. But okay. But this. Okay, I can reach that for some reason, but not this. Yes, okay, whatever. Alright, what about this?
More for me.
Okay. So, this is the favored spawn room. As you can see, it's a little bit fancy. Fancy bed. Fancy hat. Oh, these are already looking at that winter gala doublet. I just absolutely hate. Okay, it's a ledger. There's some stuffed toys on that bed, which we will find out about in a minute. Finish looting the place first. That one. This is all with stuff. Okay. Alright, correct. Just a walking art store. At this rate. list of the favorite spawn. As you can see, it's mostly Leon, with one Violet in there. Here's Leon's diary. Okay, so he was forcibly turned, and he was forced to bring Victoria along, who is his daughter. And to keep her away from the other, she wasn't turned, but to keep her away from the other spawn, he basically had to, like, go above and beyond, to be able to keep the favored spawn room to keep her safe. When he asked what Cazador, what he planned to do with her, he just, like, basically kind of wickedly smiled at him. Okay, so Figaro was going to finalize, or he was going to get an escape disguise for her. So Leon was planning to basically sneak Victoria out of the palace. So I wonder how that went. It did not well. It did not go well. Which we are going to be finding out about soon. These guys are just like, wish you would go ahead and hurry up to the ritual area.
The dormitory. This is where the spawn were kept. When we were getting neither the carrot nor the stick.
Okay, so this is where, if you weren't a favorite spawn, this is where you were. Green dye. No, so I'll give that to Astarion. As you can see, not as fancy accommodations. Not as fancy as clothes. Okay. Blood donors. Okay, so basically they were told, hunt the lower city, don't hunt people of wealth, because their disappearances will draw attention. Don't want that. Okay. This is Violet's diary. So Violet was basically a bit mean-spirited, and she hated Leon and his daughter. I think mostly because with him so motivated, he was always voted as the favorite spawn. This is just a bathing area. Okay. So we're done here. Except for there's this door down here earlier. Oop, that's not the right room. Not the right way, down here. So we have to go. This door here.
It'll be over soon. I can rest soon.
Okay. I'm going to go here. I'm going to toggle good mode. I'm going to go and take this
I feel so weak.
damage myself.
There's necrotic magic at work here.
So she is cursed. I wonder actually
Can't afford to stay idle.
if she... I haven't tried this before. Shadow Heart. Can you remove curse in this box? Not enough movement. You have a bonus action that will take you closer. You do not.
What a charmer.
And turn.
Never a dull moment.
I'm gonna back up a little bit because I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna be taking damage for a turn. I've already been cursed. Oh well.
Well, hello.
Oop, arcane ward, thank you. Okay, and
What's next, I wonder?
okay, so I want you to go see if you can remove this curse. There we go. And exit turn basement. Okay, it looks like that worked. So you just need to get Shadowheart in here, or just anyone who can do a remove curse. So let's group back up now.
What to do?
I've always just tanked the damage of that
Ah,
curse.
the bedrooms. Never once slept in. This is where I took our guests. I'd entertained them here until Cazador appeared and took them away. No one ever died here, though. Something strange happened to that girl.
Watch that. Get to the corpse in a minute.
It's gotta be immaculate.
I think I'm just gonna give most of the stuff to Shadowheart now. I'm not gonna try and do a huge painting. Let me just stick that in my pocket. Somehow. That's painting. Can't reach that painting. I'm just gonna skirt around the corpse. If I skirt around the corpse and walk all over it, apparently. Dictionary. I think that is what we need to open that door. To that, I'll look at it in a minute. So you can see there's some fancy outfits in here. I think that's to help lure in those that we were quote unquote entertaining. Pick these up. That's what I was thinking. Green and silver. Can't reach that.
No traps, please.
Shadowheart. Shadowheart. Some organization. Leon's diary read. I forgot to give that to you. This is somebody else's journal. Okay, so this is another Spawn's diary, and this Spawn used to be a doctor. Leon was a sorcerer before vampiric slave. So he basically was telling people that he put a trap curse on his daughter that said if she was attacked, the attacker would be I guess the backlash would get the attacker or something. You know, let's try this outfit. Wait, that's too garish of a green. I'm sorry. I do have a. You know what? Why not? What does that look like dyed? Too dark. same outfit now? Yes. No, because this was different. It definitely didn't look like that, did it? No, I don't think so. Oh well. Alright, well let's send this to Shepard. It's not what I wanted from it. That's locked. Okay, so let's look at the corpse. So this is Victoria. So Leon's daughter is dead. Okay, so she has a note from Leon that says to remember to read the book. He did not read, so let's take a look at this. Okay.
I've seen this. Inscribed on Szarr's signet ring there, I think.
Okay, so that's the language. So I don't know if that's meant to mean that,
Trust no one.
like, was the language book cursed? And
Should be easy.
she got cursed, because she picked up the book? Or did she just have this note on her and, like, her body was used to guard the book from others? Like, she was cursed by Cazador, and her body was meant to, kind of, ward off others because of that curse that was on her body. So I'm not sure, like, why she died, like, what exactly killed her. I think it's implied that Cazador killed her because with her, with the Ascension ritual happening, he no longer needed her alive to keep Leon in place. Okay, so this is, when wearer has 50 hit points or less, they have an additional bonus action, and it does have dexterity save throw. What's this? Momentum. I think you'll probably do best with that helmet, that new one we just got. Hopefully you never have less than a 50% health, but we will take that just in case. Okay.
Never wanted the easy path.
So we've actually got what we needed now, so we can head back upstairs
Master, may
to
we
that
be worthy of you.
strange door. Here.
Everything must be clean. Everything must be perfect.
The door remains sealed, with naught to see but strange writing and a small hollow. Looking closer, you recognize the writing. It's the same Kozakuran script from the dictionary you found.
Okay. So that's why you needed the book, because you need to be able to decipher the inscription, and you need the ring to be able to press in the hollow.
The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door swings open.
Tonight we shall see his truth.
Right? And there's a battle waiting for us.
No talk to rats.
Stop, stupid noble.
You can't be here. No one in, no one out.
Do you not think you can talk your way out of this?
You're new. Cazador never kept guard dogs before.
The runaway spawn. You reek of the Master's scent.
Do I still have
Come with
Astarion in
us.
his camp clothes?
Come to Master.
Excuse me. I will not be ordered around my own house by some blow-in mutt.
We bring you to him. we get his favor.
Yeah, so there's no talking. I'm gonna do this. Alright, Astarion, there you go. Have your better clothes on, please.
So much to do. So much to prepare.
Trying to decide what I want to do first. Okay, so we're gonna... Let's do this. Oh, can't reach destination. Why can't we? Just too far? Try poison? Okay. Get in a little bit, just get out of everybody's way. Oh, woo-hoo yourself. Okay. Now, I don't want to use all the spells in this fight because it's not going to be our only fight. But I'll use a level 3 fireball. Let's see, I got 2 there. Got a bat there. Got whatever that is. A rat. And a bunch of yummy. 5 there. Let's try that. Go. Side a little bit. Okay, you see this? This Wilhelm? This person has seen that I am battling these guys and has come to aid me, I guess. Let's move over here. I'm gonna shoot this guy. It's just a barbarian, because why not? Go. Yeah, sure. Why don't you kill him off? Go. And
I've got it.
okay, so that one's not gonna die. That. So you're not gonna die off. Can I kill you off? Go. And frenzy up. Why not? Okay. Start to get with these. Most of them. I'm going to do dashes. And there's one little lone rat out here. Yep. Alright, Astarion, let's have you start killing. Reach that rat. Not without doing provocations. So let's you. Let's step you. Let's step you in. Okay. One thing I do want to
Hungry
do
for the slaughter.
is take this cloud off.
Survival is all that matters.
Okay. So, this guy. Yeah.
Need to stay focused.
This guy right next to me. I'll like Actually, what do you classify as? Beast. Classified as a beast. Come on. And you are classified as a humor. Because you're warrior. Right. Look. So what do I have? Dragon, undead. Aberration. These will just go later on you. Collect some. This guy did. Let's work on this guy. And kill the rat. There we go. All done. Okay, so I actually didn't do too bad there. I'll do a short rest anyway.
Enough sitting around.
Let's go hurt someone.
This is a rampart store. Okay. Do not have a lot of loot. So that's a lever. That's to close the door. It's a bat.
Oh, cursed to put my hands on everything.
Funerary celebration in 3 parts. So it's a bit ominous for a party. Go in there in a second. So they're having a party. It looks like they invited people just to punch down on them. Okay. Garlic for you. Read. Okay, so yeah, basically some people who didn't know what they were getting into got invited to this party, got killed. Alright, another painting. And as you can see, there's no way to open this, but if you look over here, this one's open and it's kind of like a mirrored, so you'd think that'd be open. There is a way to actually get through there. It is a secret way. I'll show you how to do it quite a bit later. No, I don't want body parts. Okay, so that goes forward into the quest line area, so let's do some looting this way first. Saw a button. I'm gonna do that now. Come on.
Let's have a look.
Let's go up. Oh, what is this? And it's okay, so up we go. Give me a second. Okay. Right, so more stuff to loot. That's the way we came in. I don't know if these like glowing bases have any kind of effect on anything, but I left them all, but for one playthrough, and that one playthrough I did destroy them. Nothing seemed to happen, so I don't know if there's a stick to them or anything. Okay. This is more whiskey. Yep. Some inventory again. Okay. Astarion. Okay. Regular books looks like. Okay, so this is some Szarr family history. If you want to like read into Cazador Szarr's past. So that button opened up a pathway here, and I am going to. Nope. There we go. Put my shield back on. But it is dark in here. There's not fighting to worry about, so. Some ants in a casket, sure, why not? It seems to be using the coffins as like a clothes storage. Kids. Mess with that portrait. Okay, some more family history of the Szarr family.
Very well.
Invisible over here, doesn't look like it. Skeleton. Things.
Always room for more?
Things. there's a thing there. Okay, some more Szarr family lore. Okay. Just toggle group mode here. Press this button. Notice you want to separate because that door closes. So you need somebody on the outside to press it again. Anything else to loot? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let me just collect. Read this note. Okay, so it's another person from the Szarr family. So it sounds like their family was like a vampire line, and they would forcibly turn against members who weren't vampires. So it's like not everybody in the Szarr family wanted to be.
What a day.
Yeah, click.
Have a lot on my mind and, well,
Go.
in it.
Out of here. Right.
Can't slow down.
And there is a hidden door. There is a way. I don't know if it's by a hidden lever or what. It's a button I'm missing, but there is a door. Gotta be what near this blank wall. Maybe not. Maybe it's here. Nope. There it is. Like I know it's around here somewhere. There we go. So to hidden button there. So keep that in mind. And if you come this way, you want to explore everything. I did not find that in my first playthrough, but I was like, there sure is, like, there is not a lot of stuff in this attic for it to be its own, like, separate space. It's because there's more to the attic. Yeah, so basically the Szarrs that did not want to comply with the, get with the vampire program were basically, like, shut away up in the attic. So they, I guess starved to death. Like they refused to drink human blood when they could. Like unless they were in a frenzy. They did not want to follow along with the like the regime, so they were kind of basically just shut up into the attic. I do not know how many like is actually left of this Cazador Szarr, like Szarr's family, because like there's nobody like in the attic now, and I don't know if like eventually the family just kind of died out, except for those who are already vampires. Because I hate to tell you, but you know you're not gonna have a lot of living family members if you've basically turned everyone already. That or maybe the family got because we ran into the girl and they said that they were kind of like tracking Cazador Szarr, so I'm wondering if maybe they have already taken out some of the other Szarr family members that were turned, so maybe they've been hunted. Like maybe after a while it became known that the Szarr family were vampires, or at least to people like the girl
What's
who
hiding
like hunted
here?
them for a living. That's it for the attic. Just checking some stuff. See if there's anything I can do to organize it. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Alright, going back down. And we are headed back downstairs. Yeah. Right. I do not need my torch any longer. So let's put there. Okay. Now, to get to the side room, let's toggle group mode. I have actually all but one of my characters come out.
One step at a time.
Right. And Karlak, I want you to press this little button over here. And look, that closes that door. So she's locked in there now. Or I guess we're locked out of there now. And this door is now open. So you do need somebody trapped in that room to be able to access this room. but you can also like shut that like shut this door and oh, let's see, we got a counting house safe key, number 1 key. So that's one lock we don't have to pick in the counting house. Regular cups.
I'll take that.
Cups. Unrotted cheese. Okay, something looted it looks like. Like Astarion and Cazador are starting to get a bit close to capacity. Okay, so this is a musician who is also invited to the ball, and they were killed. Okay, so
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
get Harry out of that room.
Attention!
Clyde again. Clyde, can you press this button again? Let yourself out. Do that, and let's do group toggle. Somebody should come running. Here we go. Famous chairs, but no. Let's go. Okay. So,
I'll give it a shot.
this is Cazador's office.
What path lies before me?
The inscription on this bust reads Shiressa Rune Master. Whoever that was.
Yeah, whoever that was. You can see the sun's blocked out by curtains. These are all behind glass, so we can't access them. Tons of booze. Open my own bar. All the booze I loot on this trip, I could open my own bar. Actually worth anything? No. Drop. Let's read these books. Okay, so this is basically saying that the feast where everybody was killed, it was planned to be like a final feast, because I guess because once he ascended, Astarion wasn't going to have to worry about stuff like the law and morals some stuff. Yes. Bottle. That's four. Okay. That. So I think that's it as far as this part of his. Oh,
Open
step
up.
was missed. Quick. Go. Alright, now we passed on the way into this big old office. Fun looking contraption. The red line will lead you. Go. Okay, I think I have to click it to register the conversation.
You stand on a clean metal platform, a beautiful but antiquated elevator. There are some scuffs to show its age, signs of things dragged onto it over the years, but it seems to be in good working order.
What in the hells? I never knew this was here. This was always Cazador's private quarters. Only he ever came in here. Well, him and the unfortunate souls we brought to feed him.
Yep, this is the way forward. So we have a waypoint here. Okay. Let's open this. It just goes into nothing.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
What in the hells? I never knew any of this was here.
Okay. Just a little bit. And open this crypt gate. One down there.
Just like the door to the ballroom upstairs, this door features no keyhole, but does have an indentation for a signet ring.
Just you need the ring down here too, so if you decide to come up this a different way.
The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door opens, assailing you with pungent, musty air.
Okay, going the way I want to. Let's make sure. So there is another way to get in this place via the sewers. I can't remember if or how you get a signet ring from there, but so you would be able to open some of this side stuff. Right. That. Let's see what I can loot. Let's look. Okay, so that's him musing about the fact that Astarion's been missing. So thousands of names.
Thousands of names. This couldn't be part of the ritual, could it?
find out. What other some training blood makes. Is this? Goblet. Worth much. More booze.
Guilds, nobles, politicians. If he controlled even a fraction of these, the city could be his, and no one would ever know.
Yes, so I think that's why he had the last party, is because he was kind of gathering information and planning for the aftermath of the ritual, so he could basically bribe his way into making anything he wanted to disappear. Yeah. Let's do this.
On the pillow rests a skull with a scroll clamped in its bony jaws. The skull's empty eye sockets flare with an eldritch gleam. You feel invited somehow to witness the skull's memories. It seems urgent.
Okay.
This skull is all that remains of the vampire Velioth. He turned Cazador, gave him the gift, and then taught him the rules of vampiric existence.
Wisdom. You do not have any kind of bonus. We'll try this. Continue.
Your attention wanders for a moment, and you miss the import of Velioth's ghostly whisper. Velioth recalls when Cazador reached out to a former friend. His punishment was to watch as Velioth drained his friend dry.
It's Velioth's second lesson. Sure. Oh, got that one.
Velioth's second lesson is that power comes from solitude. To share with others is to be weak, and to be weak is to fail and die. Velioth recalls when Cazador rebelled against him. Cazador suffered 11 years of impalement because he failed.
Okay, so basically, it shows you a memory, and you're trying to these roles are trying to determine whether you get what lesson he was trying to teach. So you see memories, and then you try and do a wisdom roll to try to determine what he was trying to teach Cazador.
You let the shock of impalement allow your focus to waver, and Velioth's words drift away,
Yes, so we don't
lost
understand.
in the mists of time. Velioth recalls Cazador, his lessons learned, killing him in the rite of perfect slaughter. How they both laughed. Velioth recalls Cazador boiling the flesh from his skull, and then, to mock him, clamping his schooling scroll in Velioth's jaws. The skull's eyes flash a final time, and its jaws sag open. The scroll with all of Cazador's rituals is yours. Velioth is no more.
Okay, so you didn't have to pass the checks to be able to get this scroll.
Even his precious rules.
Okay, so it's, I think, like, there was some, like, maybe it was trying to get you to, sympathize with the Cazador a little bit, because whenever he was a spawn, he was treated the same way that Astarion is, but basically he just turned into the same kind of horrible vampiric master as his master, so it's like... 7,000 souls. So, it's not just his vampire spawn, it's 7,000 souls. Which we will learn about just a minute. So if you fail to get that scroll, it's fine. Oh, no, don't close the door.
I don't know.
Just like the door to the ballroom upstairs, this door features no keyhole, but does have an indentation for a signet ring.
Yep. Open this door, please.
The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door opens, assailing you with pungent, musty air.
And once we're free, we'll make those monsters pay.
Approaching the cells, you're met with hollow-eyed faces. There's an almost physical stink of decay and neglect.
Astarion, do you know who these prisoners are?
I don't even know what this prison is. He hid all of this from me. And the others. If I had to guess, I'd say they're part of his ritual. But where in the hells do they come from?
You. I know you. You're the one from the tavern. You smiled and joked and got me drunk.
No. You're dead.
You called me so many sweet things. My name sounded like a lyric on your tongue.
Sebastian.
You remember me.
You were handsome. Shy. You'd never been kissed.
You taught me how. And then you destroyed me.
It can't be.
Beneath the dirt and blood, you notice that every prisoner has a rune carved into their flesh.
His scar matches one of the runes on your back.
Then they're bound to the Black Mass, too. Bound through the scars. Through me. I know these faces. Every one that shares my scar. They're my conquests. I pursued them. Seduced them. And brought them to Cazador. He told us he was feeding on them, but he turned them to spawn. He turned every last one, so we'd have souls for this cursed ritual.
How long?
What?
How long have I been down here?
Yeah, Astarion answer.
170 years. You were one of my first.
My family. My friends. They're gone. You took them from me. You took everything from me.
So let's we'll set you free. Yeah, we'll just set you free. We're gonna roll again.
Free. We'll never be free while that monster lives.
That's why we're here. To destroy Cazador.
You can't. It's not possible.
Where is he now?
The Grand Chamber. Just ahead. But even if you can kill him, what then? What happens to us?
Like I said, we'll set you free.
Free from this nightmare. It doesn't feel possible.
I promise you, I know that feeling all too well. But it can be done.
Whatever you do, just do it quickly.
As you can see, he has rounded ears, so that means he's human.
I can't go on waiting.
So
We'll be back. You have my word.
So his lifespan basically means that, like, all of his family and friends have already died.
Gods above. He kept Sebastian. I should have known what Cazador was capable of. Ah, he's played us for such fools. Not just 7 spawn to placate the devil. 7 spawn and 7,000 souls bound to them in blood. Everyone, whoever trusted me enough to let down their guard, innocents, idiots, and the unlucky. It doesn't matter. I will need to sacrifice them all if I want to perform the ritual.
You want to, like, deny him. Like, if you're going for a good playthrough, I found this, option to be good. It's Cazador's cruelty, not yours, so I've kept him alive in this way.
Thank you. Yes. This will all be over soon. It's just sickening. Seeing them again. I don't know what else.
Or you could save them, but that's kind of like more neutral the way I did it. So
We'll make those monsters pay.
this is a different gate.
Hey! Hey, you! Come closer.
Oh, God. It can't be.
It is you. I knew it. I'll kill you. Once I get out of here, I'll kill you!
Your children from the month. So this is the Gur children.
Camp. Monster hunters. The Gur camp. Oh, gods! My parents' camp. Chessa, focus. Resist the beast inside you. You promised. It's your fault. You did this to us. Didn't he tell you? He's the one that kidnapped us. He's the reason we're spawns. I'll kill you!
Yes. Now that you, mention it, I may have done that. Don't look at me like that. Cazador's orders. Quite the deviation from my usual routine, of course. Capture, not lure. I didn't bring them in with sweet rolls or anything. I really forgot about them. Felt nothing the moment I handed them over to him. Oh.
Yeah, so, basically, he's gotten to the point where he kind of, like, gave up on caring about anyone and anything. But also, like, they keep blaming him, but he's a spawn, and he was literally under, like, Cazador's orders. Like, he couldn't disobey Cazador's orders, so they keep blaming him. Like, blame his master. Yeah, we promised the parents would take.
Parents? You've seen my parents?
They're looking for you.
I miss them. I think. Or perhaps it's the hunger. Oh, I don't know. It's so hard to tell. You should go. Leave us here. We shouldn't be out there. We'd hurt our families.
Okay, let's see. I'll say I'm going to help you hunt off for you.
Behind the exhaustion, starvation, and fear, recognition stirs in her eyes, and with it, hope.
You really mean it? Cazador's got this stuff. It controls the doors. If you get it, you can set everyone free. If you get it, somehow.
Alright, I'll free you once I have the staff.
Good luck. If you fail, well, I suppose we'll be seeing you again. In here.
Well, if we fail, you're going to be part of a ritual.
I'm hungry, Jess.
Okay.
We're all hungry.
So those two doors we cannot open because they are protected by magic. And here we are. This looks like a battle arena if I've ever seen one.
Who stands before us? Is this truly our prodigal son? Do not slouch before me, boy. Have you no respect for yourself? Look at you. Crawling back after abandoning your family. You should be begging our forgiveness.
Yeah, I'm not going to intervene.
Forgiveness? You've never forgiven anything. Every mistake, every slip was punished.
I strove for perfection in all things, even those as imperfect as you. A pity you amounted to so little, despite my efforts.
No! No. Fuck you. And fuck everything you've ever done to me!
Yeah, careful, Astarion, don't lose your head.
Do the cattle not know you, boy? Have they not seen your fits of temper?
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, can't really
You
prevent
truly
this.
forgot my power. You truly thought our bond as creator and creation was all that stopped you from killing me? Oh, you are weak, my child. You are a small, pathetic little boy who never amounted to anything. But today, you will finally do something worthwhile. You will burn, and I will ascend.
No! Stop him! Get me out of this!
Witness the birth of the Vampire Ascendant! Ecce Dominus!
Okay, we need to prioritize getting Astarion
if you must, but I am
out of
stronger.
shield master block. So I do not need to react. Karlach, do not react. Okay, so he's turned to mist.
Those runes are siphoning power to Cazador.
Okay, so I want to... Sorry. It's, yeah, Harry's next on the initiative, so we're going to teleport him as far as we can this way. I'm going to stand on these little circles. If you stand on them,
I still have power enough to rend the flesh from your bones.
so it basically puts a halt to a ritual. If you do not have somebody standing on these for like a long enough period of time, as you see, one circle has already been filled. These circles will continue to fill, and he will ascend, and Astarion will be killed. So, definitely need to take care of that. Now, we'll jump past Shadowheart. Excuse me, Shadowheart. Alright, let's help Astarion down. Go. And, these bats are gonna attack us. Fortunately, we're all kind of grouped up together. They're all headed towards the Karlak, I think. They're all headed that way. It's fine, that's good that they're all not ganging up on, Okay, I want to be careful here because they have this, that nauseates creature. I think that means I can't, do too much, so I'm going to, so they have the same health amount. I'm going to do ranged on these guys. See? Yeah, go that way. That gives my group some time to... Okay, y'all are headed to the bigger group, okay? The bats are in the way. Thank you, bats, for blocking the way. These guys are finished. Oh, asleep.
You are going to suffer for everything you did to me! I have known you for 2 centuries. Have I not suffered enough?
Back and forth. Okay, let's see what scrolls I have. Let's try this. Cast spell. Oh, that would hit friendlies. Okay, so I don't want that. Cloud Kill is poison, which I don't think works very well on these guys, because you have undeads, and sometimes they're immune to poison. So, let's see what else we have. Ice Storm. I do not want Ice Storm right in front of me, because maybe have to walk. No, do I have a Fireball? Sunbeam I want to save for a different fight. That's Firebolt. Got a big old Fireball. I'm pretty sure I had a fireball scrolls. Did I use them all? Okay, let's take a look at what I actually have. Cone of Cold would be getting people that are in the way. Gets it in front of me, kind of. There's fireball. Okay, let's get fireball going. Okay, we will. Can we get it without Shadowheart in it? What is with this? Could have done that before I got attacked. Oh, crit miss. And we are going to get us some Radiant Guardians. No, let's just this way. Trying to move as much as I can, but I think any more and I'll be... Okay, so let's, what about... Yeah, Whisperbane will. Okay, alright, now let's end a turn. These guys could be... Tekken. Black. He did. Let's work on this one now. He did. Let's
Watch this.
there we go. Some damage done. Gonna come get some damage. Nope. Yep, there you go. Die to my guardians. Don't you push him off. Whoop, Carlick's asleep.
I won't let you do this. I won't let you win.
Okay, so he's...
All the pieces are in place. The ascension is inevitable.
So he's summoned some more bats. I don't actually want to focus on the bats too much. Why did you have to come here to stab this guy? So I'll go there. Health looks fine for now. This is one. Whoop. Killed somebody else. Wake him up. No. 8 turns left. Let's... I do have these. That's silent, paralyzed, and poisoned. Do I have others? the only ones I have that would work. This armor class. Don't have a spell that would work. I have to do a spell. If I have to do a spell, that's fine. I just need to get some my stuff going. Okay, let's see. Let's charm. Myself. Thank you. Holding bond that's healing. This is disease, poison, paralysis, or blindness. I don't think sleeping counts as paralysis. Level 4. It's not a curse, is it? That's sleeping. Okay, so no, so no. Okay, what about 5? 5 has this. Charm, petrification, stun. I don't know if that would work. Where's this guy at? Here. Okay, so he has concentration, so if I can break his concentration... I don't think I have any sleet scrolls left. Any sleet scrolls left? Don't think so. I think I used the only one I had in the Szarr temple boss. Okay, what about spells? Can I silence you? Silence. Great sound. Silence immune to thunder damage. Will break. Oh, it'll break my active concentration. Actually, that's fine for now. I'll recast it. Yeah. Let's get my party members woken up. Not woken up now. Will he wake up? I don't know, because he did have... See, concentration, I bite, sleep. It was supposed to break concentration, but it didn't. So that was pointless. You. So stab you again. Can I help you up? No, I can't. Okay, so let's... Let me silence. Okay, so there we go. So I did have to break his concentration, but the silence spell. See it again. Oh, it doesn't say it breaks concentration. Oh, so if it's already cast, it's too late. Okay, well, never mind then.
Let's have some carnage.
So that was my mistake. Okay, he's silenced. So
Death will not save you, child. If you will not partake in the ritual, your corpse
Okay, so he says if you will not partake in the ritual, your corpse will. That is a kind of like a hint on what happens if he dies. Okay, so let's move here a little bit. Move back over. No, actually, Cazador Szarr's over there. Let me. Yes, I know that there's a dead thing here. Here. There we go. If he gets hit with a radiant, he gets hit out of mist form, and it's easier for other people to hit him. So let's while we're here, let's do a level 5 heal. Go. Just get everybody up a little bit.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Okay. Let's see. Chain lightning is what I want. Yeah, chain lightning. Okay, so let's cantrips. So I basically have a free cast now. Yeah. Kill some peoples. My health is pretty good, so that's fine. Alright. Let's get you a potion since you're a little low. Let me go here in this nice little radiant barrier I got going. And I'm going to stab you from within the barrier. There you go. Stab him some more, Astarion. Do not react. Ow. That's why you have to be careful with this fight, because if Astarion's health gets too low, he automatically gets put back into the right area. Can I reach Cazador Szarr's?
Onward.
Let's get in. Go. Let's. I'm too far away for that. You're undead. Let's just shoot you. Oh, that's point blank arrows. Not a good call. Gosh, you have such. You know what? I'm gonna sacred flame it. Hope it hits. Go. Basically, he hates radiant damage. Right, so let's. Cantrip do I have? I don't know if any way I go would be able to reach him. I think he'll be blocked no matter what I do.
Swift
so
as my
I'll
feet
try.
can carry me.
With this pathway, I guess it's 100% hit, so I'll go for it. Alright, Karlak. Don't think you can make it to him. Go. More bats. Bonus action, what can I do?
not save you.
Okay. Here we go. Let's Astarion, let's fill you up.
Take your...
So we do not want him to get to his last. Okay, this sunbeam, it's not going to use this one. But it is going to hit the others, so I'll just not do that. Oh. There you go. How
Another
about you
day,
disintegrate?
another fight.
Bam. Alright, let's
No surrender.
actually going to bother killing this bat. Because it gives me that extra
Cry about it.
swing. It's just like here we go. Oh, I cannot end the fight until everything is dead. So I gotta kill all these fresh bats. Delicious. Alright. Yeah, bats, come closer to me so I can kill you all. Stab. 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 Missed.
Let's end this.
Kill you. No.
Nothing important is ever easy.
There we go. Oh, I forgot. Just 1 second. I don't know if you saw it, but Cazador basically went into this sarcophagus to heal. So you need to click on it.
No healing soup for you. Wake up!
Get your hands off me, worm!
I'm not the one in the dirt. One last thrust. And I'll be free of you. I'll never have to fear you again. But if I finish the ritual you started, I'll never have to fear anyone. Ever.
You think me a fool? That I would allow anyone to usurp me, speak the words, and ascend in my place? The runes I carved into your flesh bind you and all 7,000 souls to the ritual. Complete it, and those bearing the scars will be sacrificed, you included. You are simply a means to an end. I made you to be consumed.
I am so much more than what you made me. I can do this, but I need your help.
Okay, if I help you complete the ritual, it'll kill all of these people.
These people died years ago. Trust me on that. All that's left are feral spawn, desperate for blood. If we release them, how many people will they kill? Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands? But if they die and I ascend, I won't have to rely on the parasite to walk in the sun. I'll be free. Truly. Completely free. Isn't that what you want?
Okay, so we are going to save this. If you want the good ending, you need to choose the persuasion option. I want you to live a life you're proud of. You can't be proud of this. I should pass it.
You're right. I can be better than them. But I'm not above enjoying this.
Alright, enjoy this nice little Astarion revenge. It's kind of, a lot. Basically 200 years being tortured by this guy. He finally got to free himself from him. So it's basically a lot of emotions.
Is it over? Is he?
Okay, so this is the nudity-free option.
Yes. He's gone.
What does that mean for
But basically that just means that her boobs are kind of covered with like a nudish thin film, but you can kind of still see her nips through that. And I'm like, it's not really a good cover up on her. Like you need some darker material covering her. Let's see. That depends. Can you keep your fangs to yourself?
What business is it of yours?
It will become everyone's business if you try to feast on half the city. This is just a friendly warning. Your choices are simple, really. You can hide here, living in the shadows like parasites. Or you could be more than what he made us to be. You can choose differently, of course. But the consequences are on your head.
And what does it mean for them?
Now, that's a better question.
7,000
7,000 spawn, from ancient conquests to stolen children.
Cazador's staff controlled everything during the ritual. If it controls the cells too, you could decide their fate.
Okay, so you can actually use the staff to just wipe out all the spawn in the cells. You can release them, which is what we're going to be doing. Astarion appreciates this option the most, after all said and done. Or you could just basically just leave them in there to starve to death. So we're going to release them.
7,000 Astarions unleashed on the Sword Coast. It'll be a well-dressed flood of mayhem, at least.
The poor wretches in the cells are innocent. They shouldn't have to suffer just because I lured them here.
Yeah, he thinks that, you know, they're just like him, or like they were vampire spawn too. They deserve like a chance to be better, like he did, like, you know, the chance he got. So he's like, they deserve the chance. What they do with it, is, you know, up to them. So.
They'll need someone to lead them. Take the tunnels into the Underdark. Find somewhere, well, not safe, but less perilous.
What?
No, we can't.
Just try to keep them out of trouble. I think we're done here. Let's go.
Okay. We're gonna talk to Astarion real quick.
That's it. He's gone. After all these years, these centuries. It's really over.
And how's it feel?
I'm not sure. I feel a little numb. What I've lost. What I've gained. It's all so much. And God, all those spawn. Free in the Underdark. I need some time, I think. Just to let it all sink in. Let's just go. This place reeks of death, and I want to feel alive again.
Okay. So we've actually completed his entire companion quest line. We freed him from Cazador's. So we are going to do a short rest. Popped up just in case. I don't think anything actually happens between now and when we exit the mansion. But we are going to do a hard save, and then we're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break before we start looting all these corpses and stuff. Because I don't think we'll have much time left of the stream if we like finish emptying out this Cazador place. So let's take a break before we start looting, and then we'll see where we are once we exit the palace. So I'll be right back. So you want to make sure you loot the sarcophagus because there's a high security vault key. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to do. Sorry, I got a burp. To do the Cazador Palace before we did the Jahira quest, because the Jahira quest takes us to the counting house. And what did we get? Let's get this to Astarion. Alright, this is a quarterstaff. It's slightly better than yeah, it's versatile, so 1d8, 1d6, plus 1 bludgeoning. Okay. Whoop. 1 bonus to spell DC and save and spell attack rolls, so that's the same. When creatures affected by a spell, if any associated saving throws, gain health. Okay, so that's what the new one would give me. Weapon enhancement is the same. Let me just examine this real quick. What does bound weapon mean? Richly bound to its wielder. So it can't be. I can't be disarmed with this in hand. So the only difference would be I would gain blight, which I think I already have. I don't. It's a level 4 necromancy spell, so I do not have blight. Okay, so I would gain blight as a spell. Hold on. I would gain blight, but I would lose the ability to cast this arcane battery, this one. So I would not get a free, like, no spell slot used spell every long rest. But I would gain blight, and I would gain the ability to gain hit points throughout a fight. It says it does about the same amount of damage for some reason. I'm not sure. Yeah, see now it's basically the same damage. But I would get, the only difference would be I would lose Arcane Battery, gain Blight, and gain a chance to gain hit points. You know what? I'm torn. I'm just deciding whether I should keep this, keep the one I have. I'm just not sure that the hit points are going to come into effect that much, so I would rather have my Arcane Battery, I think, than the Blight. So I'll send that to camp. I don't think there's that much I would get, like, I don't think there's many disarm opportunities. Alright, let's start looting all these corpses. Alright. I'll get you. For some reason, I think it's like stealing. Because, well, you have anything else for me? You have a dagger and another family ring. Okay. Alright, Astarion. This is 7 to 10 damage. Okay, so that's a short sword, so that's gonna be. Alright, well, let's change it for this, because if I have a dagger, it'll be at hand, so let's see the difference. So, slightly more damage. Same weapon enchantment. I lose hold person, but I would gain a bonus to attack rolls, damage, and spell save DC for every foe you slay. Okay, so if I kill a foe, I gain a bonus to 3 different types of things. And I will possibly inflict bleeding while hiding or invisible, which won't happen, but I do think the that scarlet remittance would actually be a better option, so let me switch these back and then switch these daggers. Go, we will send that to camp. Alright, and here's another family ring, which I don't need. Okay. Let's start on this side. There's nothing in that corner.
Anything of use?
Okay. Nope. I don't think bats ever have anything, but I'm gonna loot them just to get them set as emptied. Werewolves. Werewolves is. Where you going? I don't know if we went all the way over there to loot that, but okay. You do you. As you see, it says Fallen Gur Hunter. Remember when we were in the Gur camp, they mentioned that they had sent in some of their warriors, but they always came back. But they never came back. So that's what happened to the warriors. They basically captured and turned into ghouls. Yeah, ghoul, ghast. Or ghost. Ghast. Can't read that tiny writing. Is this good? Alright.
One day I'll catch a break.
There's corpse taken care of, so we just have these over here. Bat. Bat. So yeah, these were turned into undead by Cazador. Okay, so that's all the corpses. Now there is a little bit of a circular thing here. These braziers up. It's kind of dark. And it's caving in. Minor elemental. Yeah, I'll get that to Astarion, why not? So much loot to sell. Just accidentally hit take all of it. Oh, Shadowheart, do you mind not standing on pressure plates, please?
Still alive, so that's progress.
Okay, there's actually nothing. Okay, so these are actually the vampires ruling in the Baldur's Gate. So I think this estate that we're in actually just passes from Vampire Lord to Vampire Lord, because like usually Cazador killed Velioth, Velioth probably killed Danella, etc., etc. trying to look. It looks like most of these are like around 100 years or less. I think Cazador's been the longest because I think we're in, what year are we in? 14 something.
Moving ahead.
Cazador's actually been the one to be around the longest. So that's Astarion. Some of these, see if I can get a date on some of these. This has a date on it, is it? No. Does the diary have dates on it? No. About Leon's. No, I'm hoping some of these would have a date on it so we could actually see how long he's been. I think it's 14. See, that says 1477. But they were all dead up there, so I think it's technically after that. So I'm not sure what the actual year is. I'll probably run across it at some point, but I have not. I just don't remember off the top of my head what the actual year is. Let's get these up. Go. Alright, is there any potions? Yep, put that your potion thing. Go. Alright. But yeah, so he's basically been the longest. Can't open that door. The longest ruling vampire since at least those records started. Back up we go. Can't move those corpses. Okay, so these little tiny cages, that's one thing I kind of, that's like takes the belief a bit out of this place is there's basically these tiny little cages that they have like that they show like 4 or 5 people in each, but there's supposed to be like 7,000 of these people here, and even if you kind of look out over the edge, like really there's room for 7,000 people in this thing, and they managed to get 7,000 people down out this hallway. And
let's see.
Oh, no, don't close that. Go through here. Go through it. So that's one of the like immersion breaking things that I found in this game. It's a very minor detail, but it's like there's no way there were 7,000 people in there.
You killed one vampire, but released 7,000 of his spawn. Have you lost all sense?
They were innocents. To kill them would have been an even greater crime.
Yeah, you tell him.
But if you do decide to go hunting them, know they include your children.
They survived?
Well, that depends on how you define survived, really. But they are free. They're making their way into the Underdark as we speak.
This is difficult news. We will need to decide what it means. Thank you for what you have done. Slaying Cazador was a great justice. As for the rest, well, time will tell.
Okay, so we've completed that quest.
been
Yeah, hush. So we did get the Gur people to become allies for us in the final battle. Just click these off. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. 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 Yes, yes. Completed a bunch of quests. So that's final battle. That's what we're going to be doing next. So we will need to go to camp and get Hira in our party. Okay. Right. Right. So out we go.
The elevator lies ready to carry you back up to the palace.
Let's get out of here. I've had more than my fill of this place.
Yeah, Astarion, we're gonna leave. Okay. Let's get out of here. So, like, we killed this guy. But this person was killed as well. And I guess the implication is that the Gur basically killed anybody they ran across on their way in. Okay, we are out. I'm going to teleport, because I don't feel like walking all the way. Let's teleport to the lower city central wall. And I think I did a long rest up on Cazador's embankment, so I have not had a chance to read the newspaper yet, so I need to make sure I get one of those. So those are just offload some of our gear.
Easier to don some armor than learn to swing a sword. If you can manage the extra weight, that is.
Die from somewhere. I wonder if there's a way you can select more than one thing. That's it for Astarion's stiff. these expensive outfits I ended up getting at Cazador's place are actually worth a lot of money when you add them together. So, as you see, you know, it's not sold like armor and weapons. I'm starting to get to the end of his finances. There's 27 left. 5, 15.
City's got a dangerous air to it these days. Only makes sense to take self-preservation measures.
Okay. All that gold has weighed me down.
Something caught your eye then? Careful. Most of my wares can take an eye right out.
Let's see, what do you have to offer? Okay, does she have any ration? Humanoid. Dragon, I don't need. Okay, so you don't really have anything to buy. So let's start selling. Scrolls. Scrolls. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Paintings that we still want to keep. There. Out of the trade window. I want to be taken out of the trade window.
Trade's booming. Folk are scared. I'm better to be scared.
Before. Okay, so let's go grab a newspaper. Way down like I am. So I can send this stuff to camp now. Yeah. Okay.
Hello again, Squire. Fancy a copy of today's edition?
Sure, why not?
Have a gander at that. Come back tomorrow if you fancy fresh news.
Right. Local road starts scabbing out business, cold brains. Okay. Look at packing. Okay, so nothing noteworthy in the paper for today. I'm wondering if the paper for tomorrow will have stuff about.
Look, Mama, look!
Cazador's palace for the swans, since that's basically the only thing we did during the day. Let's make our way.
I need a quick word.
This person.
It's you. Noble stock is why the customers came. Go on then.
Okay, don't have anything to sell to you, but I have stuff to buy from you. Psychic resistance. No, it's not the. I don't want the ingredients for anymore. We'll take that because I think I'm running kind of low on bloodlust potion for Karlach. I want these healing potions. Okay, so I get alright. Let's see what we have. Let's dye both Shadow Heart. Yes, the Karlach only has one bloodlust potion left. Let's see what we have as far as alchemy ingredients go. A beholder eye. That means I can make supreme elixir of arcane cultivation now. So no potions I want to make. Elixir. This actually is a pretty good elixir. Oop, I can make. Nope, I can't make a battle mage power. Never mind. Oh, I can make an elixir of bloodlust. That thing put me over the edge to be able to make it. Hey, right there, coatings. Right there. I can't remember. I think I got essence. Okay. So let's Karlach can get this to go. I'm at 14k, but I think a lot of this weight is a camp supply pack because I looted so much booze. Let's split this. And I'm actually going to do this now. Okay, so let's actually stay in here. Let's do a long rest. Sleep. Let's peek at one. Looks like everyone is fine. So let's talk to Astarion.
Is there something you want to talk about, my dear?
You can feed on me tonight.
Then I'll see you tonight. You sweet, generous thing.
Is there anything in the traveler's chest I need to sell? Various dyes for Gale. sometimes I accidentally send stuff to the traveler's chest. Go to bed. Oh, changed my mind. Let's, before we make camp, I want to make sure I'm not over encumbered before I go to bed. So let's sort by weight. Take care of some wine. Send it to Gale. Send this to Gale. Send this to Kira. Okay, I'm not over encumbered anymore. That's all I needed to do. Go to bed. Tons of this stuff. Okay, let's need 8. So I need like booze that's worth 4, but 2 of them.
I should probably start getting used to the shadows again. Who knows how long I have left in the sun?
I don't want to say control the tadpole. I don't want to do about regretting choices, and oh sure, your power-hungry madman is not an option. So we'll say you did the right thing, stopping the Black Mass.
I know. Doesn't mean it stings any less. Maybe never seeing the sun again is just the price of freedom.
I'll be with you either way. I hope you know that.
I think I do. Assuming we survive, of course, because a horrible death is always just around the corner with you. There's something I'd like to show you, if that's all right. Something out in the city.
Of course, they don't.
This way. It's not far.
The graveyard is appropriately silent. There isn't a proverbial soul around.
Okay, you just want to kind of let him do his thing a little bit.
Nearly 200 years. And I never came back. Not since the night I woke up down there. I had to punch a hole in the coffin and claw my way through 6 feet of dirt. Then when I finally broke the surface, retching up dirt and congealed blood, Cazador was waiting. From that day on, I was his. Until today.
But how does it feel to be free?
Exhilarating. Terrifying. Exhausting. For nearly 2 centuries, I stalked the streets like a ghost. Well, the person I was lay here. Dead and buried. Now I need to figure out who I am. What I want.
What do you want?
You. I want you. You were by my side through all of this. Through bloodlust and pain and misery. You were patient. You cared. You trusted me when that was an objectively stupid thing to do. I feel safe with you. Seen. And whatever the future holds for me, I don't want to lose that.
Okay, so, the reason he, like, trusts us and, you know, has come to care for us like this is because we didn't, like, push him into a physical relationship when we learned that, you know, he, didn't really have a choice in physical relationships, you know, with Cazador as his master. And, like, we took our time with him. We didn't, like, push him into anything. Like, we didn't threaten to stake him, or, you know, we didn't hand him over to the girl and all this other stuff. So, if you are patient and, you know, kind of kind, but not, like, just giving in to his every whim. He appreciates you not giving in to his every whim. Because he knows that, like, he has, you know, he could easily turn into Cazador if you let him, so, like, into, like, what Cazador was if you let him, so, you need to keep a balance with him, but you also need to make sure you're not pushing for anything he's not ready for, so, yeah, you don't want to be, like, nasty with him either, like that, so, we'll just, but, you won't, whatever comes next, I've got you.
Thank you. Well, I should probably fix this.
So, hold back for this moment.
I've been dead in the ground for long enough. It's time to try living again. With everything that life has to offer.
Meaning?
If a night of passion is on offer, I could be persuaded.
Yep.
You know, I didn't care for you when we first met, but I do now. Being with you is about more than lust or manipulating you into a tactical alliance. I love you. I love this. And I want it all.
So yeah, if you are patient, you do get back to the Mackin with Astarion eventually. Okay. Anybody? Oh, yeah. Okay, so Scratch wants to talk. Can I have a animal speak potion? Oh. Let's try again. Okay. Go. Strike this. Scratch.
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
Right, what you got?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me.
Oh, you just...
All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
You're just replacing my animal speak potion. Okay, that's fine. It's something useful, at least. Thank you. Owlbear cub.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you. Ooh, more.
Does anybody have anything to say? Doesn't look like it. Right, so we do need Jahira, because we're going to be doing her quest, so let's take her.
They say that the only thing a vampire can feel is hunger. Nothing else touches them. Not grief or mercy, or any sense of what is just. Who knows? There is often more ignorance than insight in what they say.
Okay. Join me.
You'll need to free up your ranks a little first.
I'm trying to think. I think I have her place Shadowheart, so let's do that.
Then let us be about it.
Now, are you maxed level? You are not. I think we have you to 11. I don't think we maxed out until after we had done your family quest. Okay, prepare spells. Yeah, so she has. I put her on healing. With healing stuff. So. Okay, I think we're good for all of her stuff. Feet. I think she has dual wield already. Because she wields two, can't remember the name of the weapon, but she does. The weapon she uses, she can dual wield. Okay. Salient? No. How about this? When making melee weapon attacks, I roll damage dice twice and use the highest result. Sure, okay. So I'll probably save her spellcasting for, heals.
Anything nice for an aged old harper?
I don't know, let's see. Do you want to get... what heal level do you have? Okay, yeah, let's, swap that out. Go. And... I don't think I picked up any new scimitars. Yeah, didn't pick up any new scimitars. But... medium armor, gloves, and rings. Heavy armor. I need to check to see if Carlet can wear heavy armor now. Gloves and boots. So trick this out. So we'll be doing healing probably at some point. ambush. They're going to be doing unarmed. Yeah, I don't think there's any new gloves. Check. Okay. And rings. Sorcerer thing. This Cazador things. But they don't offer any kind of benefit. Okay. So now let's select Karlak. Karlak. Can you? Or heavy armor. Haven't checked since she's maxed out her levels. So let's check. Can you wear heavy armor? You can. But I think there is a... Come on. I think there's a, this movement speed increased by 3 meters while not wearing heavy armor. I think that might actually be the only thing is... Yeah, so I think I might just change out her armor if I can find some good stuff for her. She has this. It means she can't land crit hits, but... Let's see, what's this? Oh, I think Shadowheart. I think it's... Alright, Shadowheart, what do you have? You have... You have this helmet, which prevents you, but I thought there was something else. Maybe not. Okay. So I could get this. Okay, well, so if I changed up my armor, I would not be invulnerable to crit hits anymore. So there might not be. This reduces all incoming damage by 2. Alright, let me just see what I actually have. I can get a new helm. That's right, let me look at all my stuff. I have some heavy armor stuff and everything. Okay. Alright, helm. Let's look at this. Okay, so I can, if I replaced my chest piece but changed out my helm, I could still keep my no critical hits and grant resistance to fire damage, even though I'm already, as a tiefling, have some resistance to fire damage. I've gained Hunter's Mark. Okay, so that's an option. I'll just put this in her thing for now. That's light armor. Heavy armor, so that decreases all damage. It has that one spell, or it can't be moved. Okay, it's just this. What about boots? Any heavy armor boots? Yep, armor, gloves. No. Okay, so that's all. Mm. Okay, so I don't think I'll actually replace my plate armor unless there's no point me replacing the helmet. Because this reduces all incoming damage by 2, so that's an extra 1. And it does have that higher armor class. But I think this, the adamantine black backlash is better than the Reaper's rigidity. And so I don't think I'll change it out. I think that's it. I may come across heavy armor out in the shops and stuff, but okay. So we are done at camp. Oops. Leave camp. Leave camp. Take a quick peek at the armors to see if there's any heavy armor that I would.
Noble stock is why the customers came. Go on then.
Okay. Just peeking here to see if there's anything. So, back to Harry. Okay. What's this? No. Let's get more potions. Looking at for ingredients. I think I've got most of the ones I want memorized. Okay. So let's hit. Right. Some. Oh, goes to Shadowheart. So send that to Shadowheart. And I will keep my supreme healings to myself. Sorry, Jahira, you're not getting any of the good stuff. Let's talk her.
Stories, get them right here. Hello again, Squire. Fancy a copy of today's edition?
Yeah.
Have a gander at that. Come back tomorrow if you fancy fresh news.
Okay. Let's see what this paper has to say. Charlotte's Warren, Bolo's latest tome retracted for corrections. Cal Lobby. Okay, so actually nothing about Cazador. I'm not sure how much would be in the newspaper anyway because, like, there's implications that, like, maybe some of the richer patriarchs might know, like, what he was, but I think it's because implied that bribes or because blackmail information he had on them, like they would never move against him or like reveal him for what he was. And so I don't know that his
Something caught your eye then?
death of the ritual.
Careful. Most of my wares can take an eye right out.
Okay, do you have any scimitars? I have arrows. Humanoid slaying. I'm trying to think of the battles that have ahead of me, and if there's a lot of humanoids. Yeah, sure, buy that. Okay. I have a lot of weapons. Yeah, not a lot of weapons. Okay.
Trade's booming. Folk are scared.
So, Shadowheart. kind of wish that
Easier to don some armor than learn to swing a sword.
I kind of wish that there was more.
If you can manage the extra weight, that is.
Wish you could. There was more that you could spend like large amounts of money on late game. Because that's why that Shadow Heart needs some. That's about all. Like besides one playthrough where I didn't really do any side stuff until later in the game. Like I had tons of money by Act 3, so I kind of wish there was something like I don't know, just something more that you could do with yeah, unfortunately this is medium armor, so it's not doing me any good. Chihiro, what's your You know what? Sure. I'll get some expensive armor. See, I'm just piling out. I'm just buying
City's
stuff.
got a dangerous air.
Do you not like really need to improve her armor? Doing it just because. I have so much gold. Like I have 10k here. And I think at camp I have like 40k just sitting there. So I'm like, you know, there's a big expenditure coming up. If you, I mean, you can go around that expenditure. There's a way to do it without spending that money. But like, there's just no need. Like, there's nothing else to spend the gold on, really. So that's why I'm, like, buying expensive arrows, buying armor that I don't really need because it's for characters I don't hardly ever have on me. Stuff like that, so.
How about I buy the fight?
So it's just.
No, you mustn't.
It's just silly.
Criminals. We can't let them know we're vulnerable. We'll just stand here until you remember the way.
So that's why I was like, yeah, sure, I should start bribing people. Okay. So this is about where we want to be for the start of the next quest. Don't think we need to worry about elixirs for this next day's worth of stuff that we'll be doing. So, before I do, let's check. Try and have everything I want on me. Sorry, I really want to have you have better armor, but either nobody's dropped it or you need some like purple or light armor. Cause this is medium. I don't think you can wear this, can you? Oh, sorry, Tahira. Yeah, not proficient. Okay. Sorry, Tahira. Didn't mean to make you naked in the middle of the street. So I really need like a light armor dex that's purple level because it's basically just +1 to initiative rolls, which is good, but it basically has just 1 less bludgeoning damage, so it's not really super great as far as that goes. And I've been to all, I think there's one vendor that we will get to in a little while that may have some armor, but most of the armor people we've been to, so I think most of it's going to come down to like quest rewards or killing NPCs and what they have on them kind of things. So I want him to have better armor. Okay. change out any of my jewelry. Don't think. Okay. Alright, so we are good. And this sets us up pretty good for the next stream, which will be focused on Jahira's companion quest. She wants to speak to Nine Fingers King at the Guild Hall, which we're standing right outside, and that will take us, the quest will take us through the counting house, and further on into her companion quest. So we'll start that in the next stream, so let's save, and we will wrap things up here. Thank you guys for watching, and follow me on Twitter at OldMaidGames for heads up when I will be streaming next. I will be in a couple days. So I will see you guys
The city is full of criminals.
then. Bye.